I just wake up, come online, and see everybody dey shout, say, yeah, Lagos na Eko, Lagos na Yoruba land. See, bro, no all of una wise. Proper one I don say, Otilo. Europa, they use black image to rule on her. The reason I know be that. Make una watch my post. Make una see. I no go talk and finish. Make una watch. If you like,
to take una back to this whole history lesson of Lagos. Africa, the old Africa is no more. Lagos is a very famous place all over the world. Anywhere you go for this world, people know the city of Lagos. Nobody outside of us, they call this place Eko. I repeat, nobody outside of us, we, they call this place Eko. The name of this place is Lagos. From here to Timbuktu, to Sydney, to Bangladesh, back to Alaska, to Peru, Brazil, Chile, South Africa. Brothers and sisters, Lagos, they call them. Nobody they call them Eko. And I will tell you why. Because Europeans have renamed the world. They have recreated the world in their image. The world has been recreated in the image of Europeans. So you must understand that fact. Stop living in the past that no longer exists. That's some nostalgia. Yeah, that's nostalgia. It is not reality. It is not reality, bro. And all they did, what you say, yeah, say you make the country come back now, it's not their own. They never gave it back. What do they need to take it back? It's still their own. They own majority of the money, the businesses. The top oil companies in your country, are they Nigerian? The top telecommunications company in your country, are they Nigerian? The top food industries in your country, are they Nigerian? Name and they only put, there's a law that all these people, they must get local person as chairman. A local must be the chairman. A Nigerian must be the chairman. Meaning say the elite negotiate their own share for their family. They use your blood, our fight for independence, to negotiate share for themselves inside the stealing. Say as long as one of us be chairman, so we can appoint our family, we can chop inside. You think it's a Nigerian company? The way you go to school, they teach you Oyibo mentality, European mentality inside school, but because the school is owned by Nigeria, is in Nigeria, you say it's a Nigerian school. There's nothing Nigerian or African about our schools. They are all European. How about the banks? Is it because your bank is owned by a Nigerian, you think your bank is Nigerian? It's not a Nigerian bank. That institution is European. The way they give you loan as a black man for here, now the way they give any black man loan for the same bank anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter who owns the bank. It is the institution, the institutionalization of the financing. But now they see that one because they don't put veil for now. I want they don't put all these their black puppets to buy their drink. They go carry one black celebrity. Can't tell you say now he own the drink. He doesn't own shit. Where you want to see distillery? Where you want to see money build distillery? You want to make it wreck? Where you want kill them? It's branding. They put their face. They give them a share. The owners are still white Europeans in the background. The only way you can know is go and look at the board of directors of the company, the shareholders. When Jay-Z was going to, when they were going to use Jay-Z to gentrify the whole of Brooklyn in America, to build stadium for the Brooklyn Nets, that's why they lie to black people saying that Jay-Z get the basketball team. Or Jay-Z basketball. When they pursue all the black people finish build them, they realize that Jay-Z only owned 0.06% of the Brooklyn Nets, which he later sold for $1.6 million. That means he sold out his people for $1.6 million. We are helping Jay-Z. He moved out all the thousands of black people out of their neighborhood. Look at the old Brooklyn now. I don't know if you go to anybody that go America here. Go to Brooklyn, Williamsburg, to Clinton Hill, everywhere. White. Gentrification has happened. Like what is happening in my baby, small. Some white is moving in with the. Before you know now, by the time I'm 45, everywhere will be white. That's what gentrification will be. I know they see the gentrification don't start for my baby, small. Small. I know they see some kind of gentrification. One white, not they call. Two white, not they call. You know. So that's what they do to you. But na be mugu. Your day here they die for Europeans institutions to survive. You are here dying to keep European institutions going. Yeah, Yoruba, get Lagos. That's why I tell you people, you are not fans of Fela. I see Fela na my father. I say it with my full chest. When a person like that born you, you are one of the luckiest people in the world, and you do yourself a great disservice to let people use their mouths to let you diminish your own heritage with them. Not be my fault, say when I don't get the kind of papa where I get. Not my fault. But the fact that I don't get that kind of papa, I can never betray. So I will tell you 1,000,000 times. You people only follow the man. Because me, I grew up as Fela's son. So I know there's no love there. Fela win unani. The thing where they talk say they happen. When they lie say no they happen. Because you know they touch you at that time. Don't want they touch more people. Poverty rate, when Fela dey alive, na 30%. Now it's over 70-80%. So if they touch unani, now he win una hands down. Now that's they're going to lie say na prophet. Prophet. Now those kind of things, now if you make Africa move forward. The lies, Fela no be prophet. But the things when they talk, when they affect you at that time, you know, affect you parents when they stay for Surulere. Poverty never reach Surulere. It never reach Yaba. It never reach Anthony. It never reach Maryland. It never reach Ikeja. Poverty is still there for the fringes of Lagos. Nine poverty day. And some neighborhoods like Mushin, like Agege. Are you why you know they wonder why do the big men of this country want to all go and live in VI and Ikoyi? Where we say na colonialists, na and feel the whole VI, and they build them for themselves. Victoria's Island. Una the craze ni. Victoria na your mama. Victoria na your auntie, abi Victoria na your wife. Who be Victoria? Una they stay for Victoria Island. They won't go stay there, or they pack themselves to be near white people. When under colonialism, you see why I don't say this our education is not for us. How can we not learn in our secondary and primary school life under colonialism? Because for us to appreciate what did happen, we should know what our parents were. These things happened till 1950. Now 1960 stopped. This is not 1860. It's not 1760. Colonialism stopped in 1960. Just here. 1960, there are people still alive that lived in it. Our grandfathers needed pass. We need gate pass to enter VI. Because we are savages. We don't feel near Oyibo. They pick some of them. All these, they are prominent Yoruba. When they make noise, all these lawyer, first doctor. They pick them, they take them. I put them for VI too. So then we enter. They were the civilized blacks. Very happy. You understand? Oyibo let them near them. So they believe because Oyibo let them near, they special past their other brothers. Where Oyibo keep far, the multitude, the so-called masses. Where Oyibo push far. So they were willing to keep that system going because it put them above their own people. That's why I laugh at Nigerians when they turn themselves to the property of these people in the name of election. You are batified. I'm articulate. I'm obedient. You do not become part of your leader. If your leader is truly for the people, he becomes part of you. Your leader will become part of you. Not be you go sell, you can't sell yourself. All of you now become part of one person. I am a batified. I am articulate. I am obedient. How can you become part of? He becomes part of you, but they don't ever want to be part of you. That's what you must understand. They don't ever want to be part of you. They want to talk at you. They never want to talk to you. Understand that. Understand that. These are people that are just happy to run this system for Europeans. Yorubas don't own Lagos. We've not owned Lagos in a long time. It be like when you build a house and then you sell the house. Is it still your house? The fact that you built that house, is it still your house after you have sold it? No, it's no longer your house. It's no longer your house. Now the person will buy that house. If he keep the facade of the house, if he keep the shape of the house, but when you enter, you go don't change things. Not be your TV go dey there. Not be your, you go change things. If you don't even come out door, where door day before, you go don't move the door, go to that place. Yeah, you want some kind of room. If you don't break and turn to bigger room, if you don't modify, you go modify the house inside or outside as in like. That's what we are living in. So if you be fella fan, you go know say fella get one song, what do they call MOP. But many of now, I keep saying it, fella win you, 1. 2, you like to smoke Igbo away. You like Igbo die. But you go see Yab Shehu say na Shehu dey smoke Igbo. But you like Igbo die. So fella too na reason to smoke Igbo. And you like a shower pass anything. Oh my God. If you guys fella marry your own women, he married them, he's responsible. He married them, they take care of them. You just want to do a show business all over the place. You take a fella the follow woman. You say the follow woman. The crystal word says, so if that is the case, so why do they still own it if they left? Europeans have not left. How did they leave? This is what I just said, how did Europeans leave? They did not leave because their institutions are still here. The institutions that they used to run it are still the things running this place. Oyibo did not leave. Until we dismantled their institutions, Oyibo did not leave. The English, the British did not leave Nigeria. They are still here. I've told you, go and look at the board of directors of almost all your banks. Look, everything is European owned in this country, man. They say about 70% of our economy is in foreign control. So if 70% of your economy is in foreign control, what do you mean you own? Who left? Left where? Is American economy under foreign control 70%? Or is British economy under 70% control? How many British multinational, how many British corporations have Nigerian ownership? How many? If you know fella well, as I said, you go hear fella get one song where they call MOP, where he write as the soundtrack for the movement of the people. The ideology, fella put them into song then. The song is called MOP. And for this song, fella talk history. The song na simple history lesson. The song na simple history lesson. Fella say, Oba Kosoko de Lagos where Englishman arrived. See them Kosoko, they were doing business that time with the Portuguese. I'll give you the little historical context of this fight between Kosoko, who was backed by the Portuguese, and Akintoye, his nephew, who was backed by the British. Kosoko was selling slaves to the Portuguese to take to the Americas. But the British then had launched colonialism. You remember very well that even America then was a British colony before they fought for their independence. America had not yet become empire, but they still needed slaves. But they were not with the British anymore, if you remember. Now the British haven't discovered colonialism. Colonialism simply means enslavement in your own land. The English had moved from farming, agricultural based industry. They were moving to the industrial based industry. The so-called industrialization was happening. This was the industrialization era. So they didn't need agricultural product anymore. What did they need? Now raw materials to power the factories of England. So the English all over the world did not want slavery because they needed people to work in their own land, to go and mine for the gold that is in Africa, that is not in England, to grow the rubber, the cocoa that they need to make chocolate, the rubber for tires, to mine for tin, columbite, all these raw materials that they needed us to work in our lands. So the British were fighting to keep us here. The Portuguese were fighting to take us away. That is the clash between Kosoko and Akintoye. Abi? Yeah. Yeah, and Akintoye. That's his name. I thought it was Akintola, but it's Akintoye. I'm right. Fella say, Oba Kosoko de Lagos when Englishman arrived. Englishman and Akitoye, they come drive Kosoko away. UAC come. UAC come, John Holt, they come too. They many years, Africans, them not agree. Why you take our land by force, them as the Englishman, the lands were already taken by force. See, this fight where Kosoko fights the British, I mean, they, go and look at your history. They get one, there's that history of an African colony with the Netflix. Talk about this issue. Kosoko beats the British when the fight started, they run. The British run because, you know, they didn't expect that kind of fighting. When hand to hand, we see them. They run, go house, go bring big bomb and boat. They burn the whole, they bombard the whole Lagos Island. They raised it to the ground. That's what they take to subjugate all this Lagos Island. They destroy every garden, even the palace. You understand me? That's why the British come, they take Lagos. Yes, so where are they for the song? Why you take our land by force, them as the Englishman? We have to come to some kind of an arrangement. Englishman no hungry. They start to hire Africans to fight them brothers and kill them too. They give them guns, uniforms and law. Fight your brothers and kill them too. We they behind your back with big government. These people that they pick to fight, that them they rule. Who do you think is ruling you in this? What do you think is going on? What do you think they happen for this country? Do you think Tinubu is in charge? Even though Tinubu don't win, do you think Tinubu is in charge of this country? And I think Tinubu will make law about this country. If you don't believe that Europeans own this country, say this whole world, this country, and you are not fighting to take it back, try waiting. You know, see what they do Gaddafi. I don't want to talk about Lumumba and Nkrumah. Right now, Gaddafi, your backyard, look at what they did in Iraq. See what they do for Syria. Look what they do for Yemen right now. Look what is going on in Yemen. But the thing about you Nigerians, I say that church and mosque, they scatter on our brain. When they say, show they smoke igbo. But the worst opioid, the worst drug is religion. And all of you are on it. You are doped up. You are doped up on religion. Out of your fucking minds. Because you think you are special. You think something happened for here is special. It's happening all over the world. But we're the only ones not doing anything about our own situation. Look at South America, bro. Go look South America. Follow their history. Say na military coup ni. Say na waiting they never go through. Exactly what we go through. That they take our brothers and sisters, enslave them. Look at the history of Brazil, Peru, Chile. Look at what is going on today in Venezuela. You think say if you win election for this country, say a people's movement win election for this country, una say the rich people of this country no go fight war against una? You think you're not going to make this country hard for you? They must make you hate your own revolution. They will make you hate your own revolution. You will hate your own freedom. That's why everybody hate fella. And that's why maybe everybody now too must hate me. Because you must hate your freedom. You must hate the ability to be free. Listen, to be free is a mindset. Say nobody will control me. So I dey tell young people, if you dey for school, say, and you dey bribe lecturer, you are incapable of freedom. If you dey school, dey bribe lecturer, no matter what a lecturer do, because this is university. If you do your test, you do your exam, you study as you're supposed to study, nobody can fail you. You go contest that result. They will bring that to the other people. Guys review what you write. Nobody will just fail you because it feel like that. You fight. So when they bring what you write, make the other people come look at. But because you say no, so you don't feel like nada. You are incapable. They don't train you. They train us to be incapable of understanding freedom, of being free. You go to fear to free. Because if you're free, you don't feel call Alaye to beg for money. All the so-called big men, when I get money rich, the big boys, when I see they call people to beg for money, the way in a country safe, where they say Nigeria is a great country, we call the beg for money, beg to job. So you're afraid of your own freedom, I understand. So they hold on to nostalgia. Yoruba get Lagos, Igbo get Owerri, Hausa get Kano. No, you don't own shit. You don't own shit. Nothing has been taken from you, and your leaders, your so-called, they're not leaders, they are rulers. And your rulers are put there to make sure you don't ask for it back. To make sure you never do anything to take it back, to make it your own. Waiting be land. Land, the institution of land ownership in Africa. Waiting be land. Means say every African is entitled to a piece of Africa. That is the old African way. As they born you, you are entitled to land. Are you entitled to anything today? I'm telling you, that Africa way you talk about is no more. It's no more, fam. It's gone. We must rebuild, we must remake, we must reimagine, we must recreate. But that is the job. But so far, you are all distracted from that. You are fighting for crumbs of Europeans, fighting to uphold European institutions, fighting to uphold European and Arabic religions and institutions among you. Diminishing yourself. That's what yesterday for International Women's Day. No kind stupid thing where I know you were yesterday about African people. No kind nonsense where I know here yesterday. I was boiling in my soul at the stupidity that is exhibited in the highest echelons of so-called African intelligentsia, the African academics and activists. Talking nonsense. Europeans and Arabs are the subjugators of women. The Africans that practice subjugation of women are pseudo-Europeans and pseudo-Arabs. I repeat, the subjugation of women is a European and Arabic trait. It is Africans that are fake Europeans and fake Arabs that subjugate their women. Many African kings have embraced the Bible and the Quran. In fact, the Olu of Ibadan died with the Quran on his chest. Yes, I wonder if the day the king of Saudi Arabia will die and say they should put Ifa something with him to be buried. And you say that kind of person is a Yoruba king. He will be behaving anyhow. He say he's a Yoruba king. He's not a Yoruba king. He's an Arabic king. What a man desires is what he is. It's your desires, what you desire in your heart, that determines how you relate with the world. Your mind, if your mind is not... So, I always say to people, a woman's place is in the kitchen. Whose proverb is that? Whose proverb? Whose historical, cultural asili, the germinating seed of their culture brought out such a proverb? A woman's place is in the kitchen. That is an English proverb. That is an English proverb. I repeat, that is an English proverb. Give me the equivalent in Yoruba. I don't speak Igbo, so maybe I don't know. I don't speak Hausa, but I know Yoruba language. Give me the equivalent of a woman's place is in the kitchen in your own culture. Yeah, give me. Give me. You don't have it. It doesn't exist. Just the way we now beat our children. Something we learn from spare the rod and spoil the child. We beat our children, we beat our women, the same way Europeans came to beat them in our presence. So you think that is what it means? Your Europeanized elites think that is what it means to be a strong man. Now, don't you understand? In old Africa, in the real Africa, is there anything like lawyer? Is there anything like accountant? Is there anything like doctor? No, all these things were socialized already. A 10-year-old child will name all the leaves, all the healing leaves in every forest for you, the attributes, except your sickness deep. Now you go meet Babalawo. We know some secret, maybe ancient secret, maybe now give you extra help. But real medicine was already socialized. The law was socialized. Everybody know the law. For old Africa, you know if you lie and nobody need lawyer. Talk wetin happen, talk wetin everybody know the law because the law was just. The law was about justice. This legal system of Europeans, what would they use now? Where we need lawyer. Because it is not about justice, it is about legality. Because when you do something wrong and you have power, you can legalize what is wrong. You can legalize what is wrong. That's why we need lawyer to follow Oyibo law. African law is not about legality. African law is about justice. Where is those African courts? Any African courts in this country, in Lagos? Take me to the African court in Lagos. Let me go and make case. Not the Oyibo law they use with lawyer. Say you're a bad guys. Where is your African court? No, now let me tell you, Africans they need lawyer, doctors. So Oyibo had to come and teach the first Rotimi Williams, first lawyer. You know, all those kind of things. They had to come and teach. Now the way Europeans teach their own children, it's not the same way they came to teach your own elite, those first elites. Those they are monkey where they train. Those they are first trained monkeys. It's not the same way they train them. They train them with whipping and lashing. Because those Oyibo, those missionaries, thought they were monkeys. They say they be monkey, they don't hear word if you don't lash them. Oyibo know they lash in children. When children they talk, come Africa, they lash them anyhow. So they say thought that is what it meant to teach. You go enter classroom, teacher go they lash you to teach. Does that make sense? All this is these borrowed behaviors. So we normalize it now among ourselves. Say Africans they born witches before. What is the word for lynching in your language? Lynching, now they can't teach us. And I keep telling you people, billions of pounds was spent. Millions of lives were mortgaged. You know how many Europeans died? Millions. Europeans were dying like flies to take over this world, man. They mortgaged lives. They spent billions to teach us these things. Now that these things have been proven to be bad, destroying us, is anybody spending that same kind of billions or expending such effort to unteach us those things? No. Nobody is using effort to unteach us. To say, all these things we will tell you and a lie. They do seminar. Come to our, the way they came to, the way they come here when they don't come back slave. Are they coming here now to come and repair the things they have spoiled? No, we are left to do it on our own. And still, they still put gate man to make sure so we will not go outside. So all these things what we normalize for our own mind by ourselves, for these Europeans, we don't normalize the hate what they get for us. So we think, we don't understand, we don't fit think. And that's what I realize, we don't fit think about our real situation. We are afraid to think about our real situation. Because if you think about your real situation, if you think about your real situation, you know if you do the nonsense what you do. So you decide not to think about your situation. That's the fact. You decide not to think about the situation. You decide to think about the things that have nothing to do with your situation. Now that's the hill all of you would like to die on. The hill that will not change anything. End SARS. What will happen after the end SARS? Ending SARS, will it change police brutality? Will it stop police brutality? They didn't even say stop police brutality. They say end SARS. So if you end SARS, so normal police is still allowed to slap and beat and do whatever they like. I don't understand the concept, the people that come up with this concept to make sure that you are distracted to go and die on top of a hill that will not change anything in your reality. Me, I'm a revolutionary, I'm not a martyr. It's only martyrs that want to die for nothing. I can never die for nothing. I am here to live for something. That's why I'm a revolutionary. I live for something. I stand for that thing. Anywhere that thing they go, I'm following that thing there. If it will not lead to my death, let it be so. But I know go just carry myself and say, hey, go and die. Never. Emiko. 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 I will never. I've seen too much. I know too much.